Kind of unga bunga, so I'm kind of. What can I say? I know what I am. I feel like more games should have pillars. Shit. Hey, hey, KG with a tier 1 for 9 months. This is a kind of bonk, isn't it though? Thanks a lot, KG. I appreciate it. But yeah, for the demo available on Nextfest right now, do check it out. Let's see here. They did that in Tangles. Tangles are basically like heat stuff from Hades. Just to gradually make the game harder and harder until you wanna, you know, cry forever. You just unlock a lot of hats, other cool stuff like that. Before we just had one biome. In this demo, we got more than one biome. And yeah, like I said, we get to see my favorite boss. I actually like this boss quite a bit. Reduce stamina by 1. It's actually pretty annoying. I think pretty annoying losing an extra stamina. You don't think you need it until you need it. Yeah, there we go. I like this guy. Let's go beat you with pillar.
A few other gods on the way to the Monad's heart. But you are not ready for that quite yet. Let's warm up by slaying one of Merrick's gladiators. Just follow the locker room smell.
Just follow the locker room smell. So one of the things about this game that always takes me a while to get used to is you do actually have to dodge. There's no hit stun on anything in this game, so no matter how much you're beating them, they will still hurt you. There are some fun interactable bombs, though. Honestly, blowing people up has been pretty efficient for me. This one has a jump. Okay, yeah, this one has a really good jump attack. Got a really nice forward jump light. Dodge hit game or hit dodge? Oh, this is very much a dodge hit game. Very much a dodge hit game. This weapon is kind of interesting because it has chop. It does have a shield you can put up. Basically, your ability, the left trigger, puts a shield on you that is a full invincibility shield. It's short, but it's nice. The main gimmick of this game, for those of you who didn't see me play it the first time, was the Godbreak ability. Occasionally, when an enemy gets low, you'll see me literally jump inside their bodies and pop out. Depending on which enemy you kill, you essentially jump out with their ability. So you can kill them when they're in this green, when you have enough power and they're in this green form. And you can pop out of them and use their ability. You can steal abilities from a lot of enemies in this game, including the mid-bosses, and use them to beat the crap out of people. Definitely what I think is the strong ones of the game. Like this guy, you just pop at him, bam. You get his ability. But yeah, very much a dodge hit game, not a hit dodge game. Oh, wow, that shield broke instantly. Ow, my butt. Unfortunately, it only hits one hit. Oh. Slurp. Oh. Don't do it. Frick that guy. Sick. Heat dispersal. Okay. So. This is the mid-boss thing I was talking about. This guy's just one of the little mid-bosses, but the nice thing about the mid-bosses is you can absorb their stuff. This guy doesn't particularly like exploding, so naturally you want to explode him as much as possible. Oh, wow. Didn't pillar myself in time. But yeah, being able to block that one, it does actually open up quite a bit of a leeway with this. One of the nicer comments of this is also just air light into the, oh! That was rough. Air light into him, into the, follow-up. Gonna yoink this guy's power and then just drop some acid on this guy. The acid actually stays down for a while, you just run him through it. And he takes a buttload of damage. Just throwing down little stuff like acid and whatnot to force them to sit in it. Quite nice. Slurp.
Well done. You cleaved straight through that abomination. Looks like you're ready for the title match after all.
Indeed. So these are selectors. As you can see, you have 5 different things you can fill up.
Onwards and you will come face to face
Each one of these 5 things you can fill up with different selectors and stuff like that. It's fun. These are kind of...
your chin, keep your guard up, and you will do just fine.
Each one of these are kind of your major selectors, kind of things that customize exactly how you want to play. Then you get all these minor ones. You just get random little droplets from each one of the encounters. Source Light is like your magic or your ability to God Break. This is just, you know, burning, poison, all that kind of stuff. You can always check what it does by just mousing over it and pressing R if you're curious what the hell any of it means. Performing a backstab gives you speed. I actually do like that one a lot. Alright, God Break will give you 1 random buff. I also kind of like extra stamina, but... God, backstabs for speed are pretty nice for this boss, though. They come on controller. Oh, yeah, it feels really good on controller. I'm not going to say it's made for multiplayer, too, but it has a lot of multiplayer aspects. There's, like... How many weapons are there? Somewhere in the area of 6 to 8, I believe. I think it's 8. And all of them have different abilities, and a lot of them synergize really well with other stuff. Like this guy, the spinny shield thing you can do with the pillar actually shields everyone around you, so... You know, I've never actually tried this one. I wonder if it's good. So each one of those also has an upgrade that you can pay for at the merchant. And oftentimes the upgrades are pretty definitive, so... You kind of have to try some and just find out if you like it and see what the upgrades are and whatnot. Which, you know, it's pretty characteristic. Hey, ploppers. Refreshing discharge? Yeah. Oh, don't do it. So you do kind of end up in somewhat of an interesting conundrum where the mid-boss thing that I stole from him is actually pretty valuable, so I kind of want to save it for the final boss. But at the same time, I kind of just want to use it randomly so I can steal more powers. It's a real thinker. There's another aspect that does tend to favor multiplayer more, and that you can have one person hold it, the mid-boss thing, and then the other people suck different powers, but, you know, that's what it is. Honestly, using the environment in this game is also incredibly satisfying in general. Huh. Nice. It's really easy to just use the environment to blow people up. Which I got a level with you. Pretty good. Oh, it's, you know, blow yourself up. Which, you know. Ow, frick. The one downside of the block thing is you often run into a situation where you're going to get hit more than once, and then you feel silly. There we go. Slurp. Crit damage. Ooh, vulnerable with the pillar is pretty good. Vulnerable is predictably what you think it is. People taking more damage. You apply vulnerable. Pillar is a big damage weapon. You get good percentages. Everyone loves you.
In the ancient past, man and machine went to war. The bedrock of the earth itself rose up and covered the world in concrete and steel.
Naturally. Yeah, you only get to block one hit with this, which, like I said, in a party is actually kind of big because all 4 people get a block, but...
We are all shaped by the tools we train ourselves to use.
You too.
What shape will that weapon of yours carve you into, I wonder?
So you can't sell stuff. For example, if I wanted the upgrade to get 3 random buffs on the Godbreak here, could be pretty good. The question is, do I want to sell stuff? Enemies with the debuff will explode on death, dealing damage to other enemies. Or we could just get a buttload of vulnerable chance. Honestly, I'm kind of down to just get a buttload of vulnerable chance. Vulnerable pretty good on big, heavy hit weapon. As nice as the buff 2 upgrades are, I personally prefer to just pound the crap out of people with really big hits, and vulnerable lets me do that. You know me, chat.
Finally, you are here! Now, let's shake the foundations of this world.
You gotta give it to him. He really rocks the leotard. How many people can do that shit? I'll do it. I'll do it. Oh! Ow, frick. So one thing you do learn very quickly in this game is that everything hurts a lot. Everything hurts a lot. Oh. Ow. Ow! Frick. Well, now I know what the mid-boss does. It enhances. I think it hurts a lot, and honestly, getting heals back is not easy, so... Generally speaking, getting it is not great. Would recommend against it. Ow! Frick. Slurp. I'm not gonna lie to you, his third phase is kinda rough. Of the starting two bosses, his third phase is legitimately quite spooky. Oh yeah, I forgot. Now he puts a freaking fire down whenever he does that. Ow. Hey, particle it up. Or if not, that would. Yeah, 6% is not as little as you think it is. Well, I'm a pretty big fan of vulnerable in general, to be honest. Dot builds in this game are honestly pretty good, like just stacking poison or fire or anything like that. It comes up more often than you think, even if it looks judges. Does damn good damage too. Oh god. Don't do it. There we go.
The energy released by the death of a god in the fake one is enough to rip
They
a
do.
hole into
There is a
the
heat system.
sphere.
There is a heat system, and the game gets much harder with the heat system.
Smells like it is still active. Best not to touch it, or you might burn yourself.
Okay, yeah, the dash deck refills all stamina. Godbreakers gives you 2 seconds of barrier. Oh, that's actually not bad. But yeah, like increased difficulty.
With the creation of the monad, the mystery of existence was finally reduced to a series of problems. Problems that could be either solved, ignored, or eliminated completely.
I'm a series of problems, chat. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the other starting area now. Like I said, of the two starting areas, I think the lava one tends to be on the harder side. Ooh. Wait, no! Ow. Alright. Carving the tail in front of the enemy. Classic. Ow. This game really does hate it when you just sit there and greed, which is unfortunate for me because, man, I love greeting. I am that guy. Yeah, you will get bonked, honestly. I have a problem. Ow. I actually like the power of these little guys, though. I like the diggy hole into the burst. Quite nice. Ow. Don't do it. 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 Yeah, these are the dudes I like to eat the most. Definitely some of my favorite dudes to eat and then become. Wee. One of the nicer parts of this game, in particular, though, is eating people's powers and then figuring out which powers you can eat to just let you get in more hits on bosses and stuff. On lower difficulties, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, but as tangles get more complicated, as you get less dodges, or slower dodge recharge, it starts to become more relevant. Also, I'm not allowed to spoil this, but I got a level with you. The Area 2 bosses, kinda... It's a difficulty spike. One of them in particular is a very large difficulty spike. Steal the power of the leotard, you cannot. Bosses don't have ones that you can steal. Mini bosses do. So this guy I can, if I get him low enough. Slurp. Increase backstab damage by 5% for each stack of Sprinter Essence. I have no stacks of Sprinter Essence. That stack to enemies with burning consumes the burning and triggers an explosion. Sadly, we don't have much burning. We have 3, I think? When stamina fills, you have 50% chance to get speed. Oh, alright, nice. I do like doing speed. Honestly, move speed is just really nice in this game in general, too. It doesn't feel like it'll be that important until it is, like, you know, in most games. Oh. Ow. Okay. Kaboom! Oh. Alright, come on. Kaboom. Expect lack of enemy hit stun. It is a very different feeling. It's like, you have Dead Cells level movement, but you can't hit stun anything. It's like you literally dash out of anything in this game. One of the more noticeable parts of this game is like you can really just say no and leave. In the vast majority of cases, it's just, man, enemies do not care. They do not care about anything you do, and they all hit like trucks. That is one thing I think will take a bit of getting used to common roguelike players. I think most roguelike players at this point are kind of used to hit stun being a thing. And man, this game does not care. This game does not care at all. Maybe. Ow, frick. You can see this guy has a special elite thing, which is why he has a big explodey thing around him. They have a little label called exploding whatever, whatever, you know. So it's that same sort of like, sometimes elites just have things that make them vastly more annoying to deal with. They're like, hey, not only am I a zoner, but I'm a zoner that explodes. Deal with it. Good sin goes away usually as difficulty increases, and then you have bad habits built up. Actually, yeah. You learn to dodge in this game or you die.
We are all shaped by the tools we train ourselves to use.
Really do
What
that.
shape will that weapon of yours carve you into, I wonder?
It's interesting. Chain lightning adds slow to all targets hit, huh? Dashing twice in quick succession will give you speed. Oh, that's pretty nice. I do like 3 random buffs. 3 random buffs is kind of my jam. I take 4% crit chance. Yeah. You'll notice getting potions back basically doesn't really happen much either. So that first potion I used, still don't have that back. Could have bought one, but meh.
You will always be just a speck of dust in my hourglass. No matter how many times you manage to turn it over.
Is there a parry option? For the weapons I've played, no, but there is one weapon I never got a chance to play. Bonk. Oh, right, I forgot. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, I deserve that. Oh, that's a shield. That's what that does. Whoops. I'm silly. I'd rather think it gives you a shield. I should have just used that, and then I could have dodged a big hit. Oops. I'm a bit silly sometimes, shit. There are honestly a number of ways I could have avoided that. Like, I even could have put on my own shield, to be honest. That way it was an insta-kill. Not on this difficulty. Not on this difficulty, fortunately. No, but see, like, check this out. Oh, no, God, what am I gonna do? Ah, diggy diggy hole. Kind of what I mean about, you just, like, Kirby people's power, and then you just use the dodge, stuff like that. It's nice. To be honest, I even have one built into my weapon I could have used there, but you know how it is. I gotta be honest with you, I'm not doing a very good job right now. I've done better. There we go. Diggy diggy hole. Oh god, did I diggy hole? Oh no, it's okay. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried there. Slurp. Oh god. So many men. So the nice part is you actually can use the boss and the boss tentacles to kill the little guys. So sometimes once the little guys get kind of overwhelming, you can just like basically stand out of the way of the boss tentacles and let them do the slamming for you. Oh, because yeah. I must say, it can get a little chaotic. Diggy diggy hole. There we go. Oof. Pillar. Easy. Not gonna lie to you, lightning strike's kind of nuts. Probably just a cell angle. Slurp. You and your diggy diggy holes? I do like diggy diggy holes. So, I might be wrong, but that might be... Cool, alright. That is indeed what is available in the Nextfest demo. It is actually the first 2 areas. Cool to go and try that out. Let's see what you can get away with. See if you can out-pillar me. I doubt you can. Almost none of you can out-pillar me. Try the multiplayer? I have not. I have yet to actually play the multiplayer. I was mostly focused on doing solo balance stuff. So despite the fact that there are a lot of aspects of this game that I feel like are multiplayer focused, they definitely do want to have a solid solo experience because, you know, there are, you know, people who have no friends. I'm just kidding. There are people who, you know, just want to play it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, buddy. More of a column kind of guy? That's fair. But, yeah. So, you know how it is. But yeah, I was most focused on, like, the solo experience of the game because there are just simply people who play these games solo all the time, which, you know, definitely more the kind of person I am. Yeah, there you go. So, once more, can't emphasize it enough. Thanks a lot, Thunderbolt, for sponsoring me to do this, first of all. Very kind of them. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, we can get the funny hat. I do like the funny hat. Wait, is license to kill the really hard tangle? Wait, hold on. Yeah, this thing is not. This thing is the hard one. This is the everything dies in one hit, including you tangle. Yeah. Yeah. That one is rough, chat. That one sounds nutty. I mean, like, okay, so you're never supposed to get hit, but, yeah, it's rough. It's rough. I do like this one, though. You just wear that dude's, I guess, basically his stomach? It's a good look, it's a good look. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking. This is definitely the kind of look I go for in real life. Great night? Yeah. But yeah. Okay, so it is 6. It's not 8. Okay. It's kind of... It's easy to get confused because I gotta be honest with you, depending on which ability you choose, it can feel pretty different. Yeah, there's like I said, you see a lot of these are definitely designed for like multiplayer and stuff. Like this literally gives you a taunt, which... Yeah. It's pretty good for having teammates to just be like, yeah, no. Just absorb the damage. Just a void monster with humanoid features. Well, technically I think you are supposed to be a human. I haven't really fully understood the story. But apparently, you know, you may have screwed up all the worlds forever and ever, and now it's your job to go fix the worlds. And you know, you have a bunch of giant space people who are criticizing everything you do. It's something like that. Oh, really? It was a diggy diggy hole kind of vibes, doesn't it? Oopsie, you know, it happens. Basically, your introduction is they're like, hey, we need a human because you're really good at murder. was like, that's good. We really specifically needed a human because you're really good at murder. And I was like, well, it's like real life. Yeah. I mean, that's a vibe for sure. That is a vibe for sure. Well, they ain't wrong, they ain't wrong. I've had that dream before, yeah. I am good at murder, yeah. Yeah, that's about it, isn't it? I'll tell you what, we'll do one more run just so you can see how bad I'm gonna screw this up. Alright. One hit, one kill run. Surely, right? Surely I get this done on first try. That's fair, Reaper. Alright. We just have to not get hit. This should be pretty easy, as long as we don't get hit.
Like pearls on a string, the worlds slide along their preset paths. This is where we intervene, by bending, twisting, tangling, and eventually by cutting.
Say game's so easy. You just don't get hit, and then you win. Like, honestly, it's really just, it's that easy. So, the one downside of this particular mode is you don't really get to Godbreak anything. Because everything's dying in one hit, so, you know? Kind of changes up the dynamic. Don't do it! Well, racetracks in the corners, they're lore, but I don't believe they're active during the demo. Oh wait, are they lore? I can't remember. They do something. Unless, do they do
These
something?
mysteries will have to wait for
Yeah, I thought so.
another time.
So there are, well, actually, am I allowed to talk about anything? You know, actually, I'm not sure I'm allowed to talk about this, so I won't. I'm not positive I'm allowed to talk about what I know, so... Suffice to say, there are quite a few things in the demo that are not in the demo. There are more to do in these rooms. There's an hour, yeah, but I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about. So reflect probably not useful considering I have to get hit for that. So. Or you know what I mean. Slurp. I just need to knock it in, chat. Don't do it! Oh, you don't do extra boss damage, no? You sure don't. You in fact do the exact same amount. Slurp. Alright. Well, this is fun. So there are equipments that basically give you an extra ability. This one in particular pretty nice, because you just throw a poison thing on the ground and then run around like a lunatic trying not to get hit. So basically your X button is like, kind of like a cast almost. You have like a spell. And those are just universally available to any weapon. You just get them off bosses or from stores or other various areas. Does the boss insta-kill you? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Everything insta-kills you. What do you think you're on, special? Get out of here. Bonk. Hey, I'm a baby? Yep. Maybe you are a baby Reaper. To be honest, in the first area, this challenge isn't like the worst thing in the world. In the second area, this would be like, ooh. You would get filtered pretty hard in the second area, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said, the second area you see a bit of a difficulty jumps. I'm kind of fortunate that in order to show this off, I really have to show off in the first area, because the second area I would get filtered pretty fast. I'm gonna just be real with you. I would get filtered pretty fast. We're breaking into and murdering them. I haven't really been paying attention. Kind of. You just do what I do and tell yourself that they probably deserved it. We'll never lose? Yeah.
We rid the world of everything that was not predictable and controllable. And look at it now.
Yeah, that's
What a
great.
sad mess we have made.
Story of my life, buddy. Your dash through the trail that deals damage to enemies lasts for 3 seconds. That does sound pretty nice. I do love dashing and leaving a trail. Yeah. Alright, 5% poison chance too. We do have a lot of stacking poison here, actually. We're bringing democracy to the aliens? That's one way to look at it.
Focused on my work, I have been trying to ignore you. But
Thanks,
the
Dad.
ruckus you are causing is making that impossible.
Okay, so I'm hoping I'm actually correct about how this works, because if not, I'm gonna die here. I am right about how it works. So yeah, it does work that way. Ooh, almost died for that. Fortunately, most of the abilities have pretty low cooldowns too, so. So now we actually have to probably obey the rules here. Almost died for that. Oof. Didn't quite phase shift him. We'd been able to get rid of that phase would have been nice. Actually, it's definitely not bad, yeah. Jesus Christ. Darn it. I was really hoping we could skip this last phase. We couldn't now. Not enough poison. And sadly, he gets poison immune at this part. Oh boy. Alright. Alright, buddy. Woo! Easy. Literally just don't get hit, chat. It's that easy. Just simply avoid damage. Ooh. Nice. There you go. See? No hit tangle. Easiest game of my life. Oh, not in particular, Dalek. Oof. Wait, they're not gonna make me do the second area, right? Oh, crap. Well.
This whole thing was meant to be a teaching tool. Its purpose, to teach humility. Let's see if it still works.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I can do the second area without getting it. Oh! The second area is, it's a bit more difficult. They are going to try to teach me humility here, whether I like it or not. Just a big stick, isn't it? Kinda. Eh. I'd say it's a big stick adjacent. Oh god. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. So I one-shot them, but poison did not. Oh, no, wait. I guess the poison damage one-shots them. Wait, what? Alright. Big stick, two-handed indeed. It's a medium stick? It's a pretty big stick. Wait till exploding enemies pop in? Ha! I almost died. Or is it dodge cancel? Oftentimes it is, but it's not as easy to dodge cancel as you would hope, unfortunately. Or at least not in the way you mean it. There we go. Whew. Requires a 30% chance to trigger chain lightning. Ooh, I love air attacks. Okay. Air attacks are my favorite ways to attack in this game. Don't get hit. Just don't get hit. What? Oh, I guess traps don't kill you, because man, that was on. I guess that doesn't count as a thing that one-shots you in this mode. Cool, cool. I know enemies do, but good to know traps don't. Lucky you, yeah. I gotta be honest. For some reason, even though it was clearly on fire, it just didn't occur to me that it was on fire. I don't really know why. I don't really know why I looked at that and I was like, that looks fine. That burning pit of fire looks fine. I'm not really sure what the thought process was there. What does mine do? Probably just recycle this one. Fortunately, you can recycle everything in the game if you want to, so you don't really have to worry about finding stuff that you just don't want.
To dim, the Coven intervened. They would not allow one of their most precious pearls to slip off its string. They would not allow the sun to fade.
When you gain speed, you are guaranteed to crit on backstab, eh? Well, 50% chance to get to apply a random debuff or dot is pretty nuts. I'm kind of down. Because I do air attack a lot. Air attack's probably 1 stack of Doom on the target. The heck is a Doom? Increase damage taken by 1 for each stack. Ooh. What do I have there currently? Explosive Stomp? I'd get rid of that. I got rid of the Explosive Stomp for the Doom thing. Yeah. Now we're debuffing that like a champ. Alright. Now I just have to not get hit.
The sound of horns, the din of battle, the sweet music of strife summons me.
Sames, bro. Hey, and Silver with the Prime. Thanks a lot, Silver. I appreciate it. No, 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 no. Very kind of you, though. Thank you, Silver. Yeah, 11 Doom stacks, not bad. Funny Doom stacks, kind of no joke, man. No! Oh, I'm trash! Well. So close, so close. I thought he was going to slam before I hit. Close though. Almost got both bosses. Well, we tried. But But anyway, that's the Tangles if you were curious. One shot? Oh yeah, I mean that's the Tangle. I decided to try the Tangles for fun.
Simple machine. I had such high hopes for this one.
Basically, this game has Tangles, which are kind of like a heat system, and we threw on the direct hits. It's to kill both players and enemies, does not affect bosses. But yeah, that's a great example of one of the things you can apply if you hate yourself. Where the weapon's like, well, currently we don't. I'm not exactly sure if I'm allowed to talk about the ones I know about. Pillar is, you know, kind of heavy, big power, hit thing hard one. Got very defensive stuff put on it. The halberd's like, you know, it's a very standard balance weapon. Kind of does what it says on the tin, you know. But I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about those. To be honest, a lot of these are kind of implied if you just look at them. Like, if you mouse over them, you can kind of see this is like the speed-focused backstab weapon, which you can just see by the traits and stuff. This is kind of a duelist range weapon. Is it roguelike? It is. This is an interesting one. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about this one, so I won't. This is a very different take on this weapon. That's all I can say about that. And then fist. And then fist. It's me? Yeah. Yeah, like I said, you kind of see what it's about, but this is a very different take on this weapon. But yeah. To be honest, I actually kind of like the halberd quite a bit, but as, you know, I guess for lack of a better term, Ryu, this weapon kind of is. Feels good. I'd say my favorite to play was probably, so far, the Scythe, though. The Scythe is really weird. It's not what you would think you get out of the Scythe, but it's actually fun to play. More of a glaive than a halberd? Sure, whatever. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. That's fair. That's probably for the best. I don't know exactly what you were thinking, but in general, that's probably for the best. Alright, well, once again, thanks for Thunderful for sponsoring me. Thanks for having me consult about this. And thanks for just letting me talk about the game in general. So, check out Godbreakers there. You can see the link in the chat. Do check it out, you know, wishlist it. Try out the demo if you want to. Like I said, it's a fun game. Fun game to play with your friends. And yeah, check it out. But, yeah, okay. So, I did get BF6 tonight. So, you know what? If I'm going to pay that much for a game, I guess maybe I'll go play it. But, obviously it's not going to be a main channel game. Obviously, I'm not going to main channel that game, so... We got 6 boyfriends? I do believe I am going to head over. If you guys are curious, I have an alt channel. It is right here. Yeah, I'm never going to do that. That is my alt channel. That's where I go to play shooters and other stuff that doesn't do too hot on the main channel. So I do believe that is where I will be for the duration. So feel free to check me out over there. And yeah, if you want more roguelike, auto shooter, or whatever stuff, obviously be back with more of that tomorrow. I do have access to